Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is John with SwingFit. Have you ever wondered what is the best golf shaft for your swing? Better yet, have you ever wondered how is a club fitter able to narrow down the field of possibilities to help you find your ideal golf shaft? I mean, is it just smoke and mirrors? Is it a marketing ploy to get more money out of you? And is there really a difference from one shaft to another? Well, if these thoughts have ever crossed your mind, then today is a great day because I'm going to do my very best to help you understand a little bit more about the golf shaft's DNA. And I promise you, it goes well beyond the flex and weight characteristics. So if I piqued your curiosity, then let's jump in. Now, what's really cool about today's video is the information we're about to share can truly help everyone that's out there. And it really doesn't matter if you've been through the club fitting process or if up to this point you navigated this process on your own. Because if you're like 73% of the golfers that's out there today, there's a pretty good chance the golf shafts you're using is simply based off of your swing speed and, if we're lucky, your tempo. Now, don't get me wrong, speed and tempo are two key variables your club fitter will evaluate, and it can be a great starting point to help us determine what flex and weight we may need to go into. But I know it's not the end-all be-all, as there are a couple other things we need to take into consideration if we're ever going to find that needle in a haystack, such as helping our customers understand what bend profile fits them the best. And it's this characteristic I want to dive deeper on because this truly is what distinguishes one shaft from another. Before we get too deep, let's take a quick second to ensure we understand how these profiles are created and measured. Simply stated, the profile is nothing more than a measurement of where the stiffness and mass is distributed throughout the length of the golf shaft. And to keep this really simple, the shaft can be broken down into three distinct sections: the butt or the handle, the midsection or the tip section. And depending on where the shaft companies decide to distribute the material or mass in that golf shaft, can they come up with unique bend profiles? And to help me illustrate this, let's take a look at Fujikura's shaft profile guide to see how they have created a bunch of different profiles across their entire lineup. As you will see, every single shaft is going to look a little different. And the key takeaway here is that there's something for everyone. If the name of the game was just to create one universal golf shaft and it all perform the same, really our job would be so much easier. But that's not the case, and we know that we all don't swing the golf club the same. So in this situation, it really doesn't matter how fast you swing or how you swing it fast. You can swing it like Bryson DeChambeau or you can swing it like Freddie Couples. Fujikura has created a shaft profile that can cater to all walks of life. Now, what's super cool about what I just shared with you is the process that Fujikura uses to design their shafts and to create these unique bend profiles is also replicated across all of the other shaft companies. And the only thing that is truly proprietary to Fujikura is the method and how they do that. Every other company has to have their own unique process as well. If not, they're never going to be able to keep up with Fuji. Now that we understand that every single shaft company is trying to come up with their own unique bend profiles, it creates a problem for the consumer, meaning you now have a ton of options to pick and choose from. So let's see if we can simplify the shaft selection process by creating 4 distinct buckets. There's going to be a high launch category, a mid launch category, a low launch category, and then also a super lightweight category. Now, I know what you're thinking, and that's how do I know which bucket I should focus on or what bend profile might be better suited for my swing? And it really comes down to understanding 2 key things. The first one is we got to assess the golf shafts you're using today, right? This is paramount, and this is the step that's most often overlooked. And that is, I need to understand, are you playing with a high launch, mid launch, or low launch shaft? How stiff is it in the handle versus the mid and the tip section? Because there, once I understand what that profile makeup looks like, Am I able to assess how does it feel and how is it performing? As an example, if I'm playing a mid-launch shaft and it's giving me low launch shot results and it feels very boardy, then I know that the mid-launch category isn't the right bucket for me. I need to go to maybe a softer tip section, more of the high launch section. Now, without question, if I'm ever wondering where a specific golf shaft falls in the launch spectrum, be it mid-launch, high launch, or low launch, I'm going to go straight back to the golf shaft manufacturer's website because there's a pretty good chance they're going to have a chart that looks just like this. And this is a great chart because this depicts the entire family's lineup. And if I'm struggling with that mid-launch shaft that we just talked about and it's the Ventus Blue, I can easily look at this to see, well, possibly the Speeder NX Blue could be a good choice, or maybe the Ventus Red, or even the Motori XF3. So those would be three possible shafts I would gravitate towards just based off of where it's falling in this launch chart I'm seeing. But there's always an exception to this, and let's talk about that now. And that's a high launching golf shaft won't always produce a high launching shot outcome, just as a low launching shaft won't always produce a low ball flight. And here, we just need to remember not to put labels on ourselves and not be afraid to deviate whenever we're not seeing the result we want. If you think you need to be in the high launch category, but you're seeing a low ball flight, do the exact opposite. Go to a lower launching shaft, mid-launch shaft, and who knows, you're likely going to see the result you're chasing. And just do the exact opposite if you're on the other end of the spectrum. Now, I do have one other golden nugget, and this one is a cool one because this is for my baseball players that's transitioning into golf. And no matter what, I will always see my baseball players with a tremendous amount of hand speed, and this is going to be a byproduct of a lot of wrist set or wrist hinge and a lot of club head speed. And the trap you're likely going to fall into is you're going to base the decision solely on their club head speed, and you put them in that, say, that Ventus Black, very stable, stiff shaft, but because of how much hand speed they're generating, it's going to be the wrong fit. And what I have found through experience is by moving up to a mid-launch shaft or a high-launch shaft, can I allow that shaft to deflect just enough to stay with them so that way it doesn't get to the golf ball too soon. So there you have it. We truly hope you found value with the information we presented to you today. And if at any point in time, should you find yourself with any questions or comments, do us a favor, just leave your remarks in the comments below and we'll do our very best to help you find the answers to the questions you're looking for. And if you did find value and you're still with us, it truly would mean the world to us to press that thumbs up, as this is going to trigger the YouTube algorithm and let them know you're enjoying the content we created. So if you didn't get a chance to take a look at these videos over here, definitely click on these now because who knows, there just might be a couple golden nuggets that can help you on your golfing journey. So guys, thank you again for your support, and until next time, thanks for watching.